Animal Farm is a novel written by George Orwell about a group of farm animals who represent the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the early years of the Soviet Union. The book explores themes of corruption, power, and importantly, for us revolutionaries, the abuse of ideology. Now, typically, once the initial revolutionary upheaval is done, it is the idealism that is twisted to control the people under a new, oppressive regime. The symbolism used in this book is really not subtle at all, but that's why it's so important for us to read, because it explains complex ideas and events in such an easy to follow narrative. You don't have to be a history nerd to understand the lessons. Orwell's story begins on Manor Farm, where the animals are being mistreated and oppressed by their human owner, Mr. Jones. Led by the pigs, particularly Old Major, Marx, Lenin, and later Napoleon, Stalin, the animals rebel against their human masters and take control of the farm, renaming it Animal Farm. They establish a set of commandments known as animalism, which promotes equality and freedom among all animals. Animalism is obviously derived from the word communism. Initially, the farm operates well under the principles of animalism, with the pigs taking on leadership roles, i.e. the Communist Party. However, as time goes on, the pigs become corrupt, power-hungry, and gradually adopt human-like behaviours, i.e. the capitalist ruling class. They rewrite the commandments, hoard resources, and establish a hierarchy that mirrors the oppressive farmer they overthrew. Now, this is not a subtle depiction of the political progression of the Soviet Union. Important lessons for us revolutionaries. Revolutionary idealism. Orwell reflects on the nature of revolutions and the potential for idealism to be perverted. The animals' initial revolution is driven by idealistic visions of equality and justice. But as the story unfolds, their ideals are gradually manipulated and the revolution becomes a mere change of oppressors, which nicely leads to the next important lesson: power and corruption. Orwell portrays how power provides opportunities for individuals to corrupt movements by abusing authority. The pigs gradually become tyrannical rulers. As the saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Equality and class struggle. Orwell explores the idea of equality and the struggle for a fairer society. These ideals are undermined as the pigs establish a new hierarchy. The lesson here is any social inequalities, even in a revolutionary society, will be intensified over time, which ultimately leads to subjugation, manipulation, and propaganda. Orwell emphasizes the power of propaganda. The pigs, especially Squealer, use propaganda to control and deceive the other animals. Now, people believe, strangely, propaganda doesn't exist in democratic societies today, but it's very alive. The problem is it's just covert, not obvious like Soviet propaganda posters from 100 years ago. The fragility of collective memory. Now, Orwell depicts the pigs rewriting history and altering the commandments numerous times to suit their own interests. Now, this happens frequently under authoritarian regimes, yes, but people everywhere are quick to forget the past and will astonishingly accept lies, even about things they know intimately. Ignorance and blind obedience. Orwell shows us the animals' lack of education and critical thinking allows the pigs to manipulate and control them. It serves as a reminder of the importance of being informed and questioning power. The responsibility is with us, the people, to educate ourselves and question everything. The book. Orwell faced accusations of being a propagandist due to his involvement with the British intelligence agency during the war. Critics accused him of writing Animal Farm simply as anti-Soviet propaganda, rather than an analysis of political systems. But this misses the point completely. Animal Farm is not a history textbook. Orwell's lessons are quite clear. He invites readers to reflect on the dangers of unchecked power, which corrupts honest visions for equality and a just society for all, while he importantly encourages us to engage in critical thinking, and active citizenship, or suffer the consequences. Think for yourself and question everything. It's what Orwell would have wanted. Remember, I am, you are, we are a MysterE.